What's good, YouTubers? It's your boy Rio West, and we back with another episode of Rio West Gaming. What if Michael Jordan never retired in '98? Part 2. So you already seen what happened. We already witnessed the playback with 1999 and 2000. So now we about to go ahead forward with 2001 and possibly 2002. We're gonna see. But we currently looking at the rosters as they presently stand, getting ready to go into the off season. We got the Heat with Mourning and Pippen. And if for some reason y'all looking like, why is there two Pippins in the league? Because again, I used a roster that was a 99 roster that was created on a 2K share, but they didn't have those Bulls. So I imported those Bulls into this roster, and I didn't make any adjustments like taking Pippen out or nothing like that, or even a Kerr. So there's gonna be some duplicates, like a duplicate Luke Longley, duplicate Pippen, duplicate Kerr. But it's all good. This is all the nature of the game and all that. But so you currently we're looking at retirements. Hall of Fame. Patrick Ewing inducted into the Hall of Fame. All right, let's get it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna skip past all these league meetings. We're gonna go to draft lottery. So we have the Nets ended up taking home the number 1 pick. Well, no, they didn't. They were projected to get number 1. Wizards got number 1 pick. Knicks got number 2 pick with the Blazers at 3. So now we're gonna go straight to the draft, see who ends up going where. If you watch the first segment, again, you know that with these historic draft classes, there's some generic players in there too. So unfortunately, you're going to see a couple of them, but you're going to see a couple real players. So we got Kmart went to the Wizards, Hito Turkoglu to the Knicks, Michael Redd to the Blazers, Darius Miles to the Suns. Who else we got here? We got Etan Thomas to the Vancouver Grizzlies. Yes, it was Vancouver at that time. Quentin Richardson to Quentin Richardson went to the Hawks. Okay. And we're starting to see a lot of generic players. So Brian Cardinal went to the Magic. Morris Peterson went to the Boston Celtics, who just was in the NBA championship. We'll see if that pick is able to keep them around. All right. So now what we're about to do is we're about to skip through all of the rest of the offseason moves to see what these teams ended up picking out. And what I did was, I'm gonna pause this video for a second real quick so I can let y'all know what's going down while I'm controlling the Pelicans. What I did was the first couple seasons is that, hold on, timeout. So what I did was for the first couple seasons, I was in control of the Bulls and the Spurs, but I let the computer like generate these picks that they ended up taking and the free agents and everything like that. Well, not the free agents. The free agents, I had to go in there and take user control off of the Bulls and the Spurs, and then let the computer do it. Then I went back and put control back over the Bulls and Spurs to get through the postseason and everything like that. This one, I'm specifically just controlling the Pelicans because how the roster's set up, the Pelicans had no players. Like their players were fake players, because at that time, the Pelicans didn't exist. There was one less NBA team. So I controlled them, and I let the computer completely control the Bulls and the Spurs to see how the landscape of the league ended up panning out. And that's where we're at right now with these rosters that you're seeing. And whatever the moves all these teams are going to make going forward, besides whatever I do with the Pelicans, which isn't going to be nothing because I'm going to let the computer completely control all of that, it's going to be 100% AI driven. So we got Grant Hill's a free agent, Chauncey Billups, Larry Hughes, Eddie Jones, Jeff Hornacek. Okay, so the free agent pool is pretty stocked. A lot of great players who at the time were really solid players. This is crazy that actually all of them are available at the moment. So we're gonna go ahead and fast forward through free agency and see what these teams look like at the start of the season. All right, so let's go take a peek at these teams. Let's see what the Bulls did. Let's see. So the Bulls still have Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc. They got Antonio Daniels. They picked up Vinny Del Negro. Okay, this doesn't look like a contending team going forward. I don't know. Jordan's 37. This might be his last season. Who knows? All right, so Maurice Taylor for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers got a bunch of computer-generated players. I don't like that. Lamar Odom. Celtics got Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker, Ben Wallace, Larry Johnson, Dennis Scott, Kenny Anderson. The Celtics look like they're still competing, like they're trying to come back for another title run. Let's go see what the Lakers look like. All right. So the Lakers have Shaq, Kobe, Keith Van Horn. Wow. So they got Robert Horry still. Okay. The Magic. Wow, the Magic have Tracy McGrady and they signed Grant Hill. Bruh, this is funny how like the game is still making some transactions that actually occurred in real life, and also some outcomes that are taking place in a game actually happen in real life. This is dope. Because then you get to kind of see how some of these little instances would have panned out. Like what would that Magic team have looked like playing up against the Bulls with Jordan and Pippen? So you have Orlando with Grant Hill and T-Mac. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So the Rockets got Corey Maggette. The Spurs got Tim Duncan, Steven Jackson, Luke Longley, David Robinson, Sean Elliott, Danielle Marshall. Wow. Some pretty solid pickups to run in that Spurs scheme. But then again, Greg Popovich retired. So we're going to go ahead and advance to the next season, jump in, and see what happens, see what takes place. We're gonna go ahead and advance to the off season and see what shakes. First, we gotta load the draft class. We gotta load the 2020. We gotta load the 2002 draft class. Actually, it's the 2001 draft class. My bad. I think in that previous video I said it was a 2001 draft class, but actually we were loading a 2000 draft class. So in the first video, we used the 1999 draft class and the 2000 draft class. This second video, we're using the 2001 draft class. And if I do the next season after that, we'll do the 2002 draft class. But let's see where we end up with what we got right now. So we're looking at the Spurs currently. Then we're looking at the Rockets, who had Nick Anderson, Vince Carter, Michael Olowokandi, Doug Christie on Raptors, Steve Francis. Let's see. Nuggets, Nets, Magic, Lakers. Wait, the Magic have Pippen. How the heck did the Magic end up with Pippen? So the Magic have Pippen and Grant. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh wait, the Lakers have Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Keith Van Horn. Keith Van Horn's a 94. Wow. Okay, so if the Magic have Pippen, Tracy McGrady is on the book. So in the game, you gotta be kidding me. So the Bulls now have, as it presently stands, Tracy McGrady, Michael Jordan, Mookie Blaylock, Dikembe Mutombo, and Antonio Daniels. Wow, that's a solid unit. All right, so MVP of the 2001 season, we got Vince Carter averaging 41.2 points a game, 7 rebounds, 5.7 assists. Kenyon Martin, Rookie of the Year. Ross Spaghetti, whoever that is, generic player. Jason Kidd, Defensive Player of the Year for the Phoenix Suns, 25.2 points a game. He averaged 2.6 steals and 0.3 blocks with 9.2 assists. Frank Vogel wins Coach of the Year. That's because of the Lakers. Justin Taylor, Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, all NBA first team. Let's jump straight into this. We ain't got time for none of the dramatics. We're gonna check out this playoff hunt. So we got the play-in. We got the Magic and Pistons facing off against each other. The Spurs on the bubble again. They're facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Will they make the playoffs? So we got the Lakers sitting at the 1 seed, the Bulls at the 3 seed. So the Bulls ended up having a pretty good turnaround from being the 7th seed in year 2000. So now they're the 3rd seed. Will they make a push? So the final playoff bracket looks like the Spurs made it. So they're the 7th seed versus the Seattle Supersonics. And then you got the Lakers versus the Denver Nuggets in the first round, and the Bulls facing Toronto in the first round. So let's go ahead and simulate this first round and see how everything pans out. And so the Bulls will face the Pistons in the second round. The Lakers will face the Golden State Warriors, who knocked off the Sacramento Kings in 5 games. All right, so the Spurs were swept by the Supersonics. The Supersonics are playing Dallas in the second round, and that's looking like a solid matchup right there. So over in the Eastern Conference, we got the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Philadelphia 76ers. And they're going to a game 7. And you know what? This series isn't really focused on anybody else besides the Bulls and like the Lakers and the teams that dominated around this time period. But we cannot forget how great of a rivalry that Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Sixers, Bucks matchup was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and control the Sixers just so I can go hop in and do a simcast of the final game, because I guarantee this is going to be epic. So we got immediately out the gate, the Bucks jump out to an early dominant lead, and they're up, they're holding their own, but the Sixers are trying to make a push. They're trying to come back. Now they're within 3. Now the Sixers lead 104 to 110, and 3 minutes left. We're jumping in. I know it's an 8-point lead, but we're jumping in because we got to see, if this is an elimination game, we got to see Ray Allen versus Allen Iverson in game. So we have Ray for Austin to the hole. Ray for Austin to the hole. He misses. Iverson comes up the court, kicks out to Jay Will. Iverson to the goal. He misses. Rebound, Lydon, who looks to be a computer-generated player. Then we got, who is this? Jalen Rose? Jalen Rose to the goal. We got Jalen Rose to the goal for the 2-point bucket at the rim. 123 to 117, Philadelphia. We got Iverson face-to-face with Ray Allen, trying to take it to the goal. He turns around, pump fake. Can't find anybody, kicks out to Aaron McKee. Aaron McKee to the lane. And he misses at the rim. Ray Allen coming up court with Jay Will guarding him. White Chocolate kicks out to Ray for Austin. Mr. Skip to my Lou himself. He's facing up Aaron McKee. He's going to the lane. Skip to my Lou to the rim for the bucket. Bucks within 4 points. 123-119 Philadelphia. This is turning out to be a good decision to simcast and jump in live with this game. So AI to the goal. Misses at the rim. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up. Green bean and 1. Let's go. AI. It doesn't get any better than this. AI will go to the free throw line with the possibility to extend the lead by 3 points. Look at those crisp images, the crisp graphics. Looking, spitting image of AI. All right, here we go. Timeout, Milwaukee Bucks. Y'all know the deal. It's a drill. The 76ers are up 7 points currently, 126 to 119 after AI's and 1 bucket. What miraculous heart, even in the video game, even in NBA 2K, Allen Iverson showing heart. Go up, get his own rebound in the midst of all those trees down low, then go back up, get the bucket and 1. All right, so we got Sam Cassell guarded at the top of the key by Aaron McKee. He drives around. Will he get to the rim? He goes up. Misses. Rebound. McMillan, who's a computer-generated player we don't even care about right now. So AI is dribbling with Jalen Rose guarding him. That's a solid pickup for Milwaukee. Around that time, Jalen Rose was still a solid player. So Aaron McKee misses, gets his own board. He looks like he's about to get a 3-second violation. He ends up missing, going up, missing at the rim. Cassell up the court to Ray Allen. 48 seconds left in the game. Will Milwaukee manage to knock down a 3 or get this game somewhat within reach? Cassell driving to the goal. Gets the bucket. 126-121 with 38.2 seconds left. 5-point lead for the Sixers. They dish it into AI. AI trying to drive up court. They're pressing. McKee. I ain't gonna lie, Milwaukee's got some solid lockdown defense on them right now. They're forcing them. They're trying to force without fouling, and that looks like that's gonna be the dagger right there. 7-point lead with 24.1 seconds left for the Philadelphia 76ers. 128 to 121. And I'm pretty sure this game's over. Oh, it's over. That's it. Game over. No need to even go any further with this. We're about to just go ahead and let it roll out just like they doing. Let the time run out. Then, of course, we got to check the box score to see who did what in this magnificent Game 7 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers in 2001, in the 2001 playoffs. So we have an Eastern Conference matchup of the Philadelphia 76ers and the Chicago Bulls, and we have a Western Conference matchup of the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Seattle Supersonics. And right now we have the Sonics up 2-0 on the Lakers and the Sixers up 2-0 on the Bulls. The Sixers are up now 3-0. Okay, so the Bulls pull off a game and also the Lakers pull off a game. So it's a 1-3 series and a 2-2 series. The Bulls have tied the series at 3-3. That is epic. You know what? I think we got to jump in for this one. We're going to have to jump in for this matchup, do a simcast to see if the Bulls manage to pull this off or if the Sixers end up going to meet the Lakers in the finals like they did in 2001. How epic would that be if the finals matchup for 2001 end up being the Sixers and Lakers? Ironic. Why wouldn't it be? Everything else is gone similar. It's 104 to 98. I think it's about time to jump in. Okay, the Bulls are up 109 to 98. It's time to jump in. Let's see if Michael Jordan is still leading this team, or if Tracy McGrady has took the load on his shoulders and he started leading and Jordan has become the backup. So let's let it play out. The Bulls have some solid starting pieces. I don't know about their backup unit, but they starting unit looking pretty solid with Mookie Blaylock, Dikembe Mutombo, Michael Jordan, Tracy McGrady, and Antonio Daniels. I believe Antonio Daniels is starting. We got Mookie Blaylock coming back in the game. And Tracy McGrady's heading to the bench. This might be Philadelphia's opportunity to make a push in this game without Tracy McGrady in the lineup. Or will MJ hold his own? Dikembe Mutombo with an awesome contest at the rim. All right, we got Antonio Daniels making a drive to the lane. Back out to Mookie Blaylock at the top. Guarded by Dikembe, screen set by Dikembe Mutombo. Kick out to Antonio Daniels. Back to Antonio Daniels in the corner. He has no choice but to put it up. Miss. Rebound, Aaron McKee. Moving up the court. Going to the goal. With the jam. Larry Hughes with the jam at the rim. 109 to 100, the Chicago Bulls are up 9 with 3 minutes 34 seconds left. And it was odd to me is that all these people are touching the ball, but nobody's getting the ball in MJ's hands. He's just like away from the goal. It's almost like there's a changing of guard here in Chicago. Even though Jordan is still there, it's like they're phasing him out. So a miss at the shot clock running down. Heading up the court, Aaron McKee. McKee at the top of the key, guarded by Mookie Blaylock. What will he do? I'm just now realizing Allen Iverson isn't even in the game. What is going on? So Larry Hughes guarded out at the top by Antonio Daniels. Has no choice but to put it up with the miss. Dikembe Mutombo with another rebound. The Bulls average 50.7 rebounds, which is 20th in the NBA in this season. MJ gets it, kicks it out to a generic player who drives to the goal and misses because he's a generic player. That's what they do. So, Philly up court, Larry Hughes with the miss. That would have put them within 6 with under 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. So we got Mookie Blaylock at the free throw stripe, guarded by Larry Hughes. Misses. Aaron McKee with the rebound. Dishes off to Larry Hughes. Larry Hughes handles at the top of the three-point arc, guarded by Antonio Daniels. He's forcing him to the goal, puts it up, misses. Rebound, Antonio Daniels. Kicks it up court. Mookie Blaylock, guarded by Larry Hughes. Looking for a screen from Dikembe Mutombo. Goes around it, drives to the goal, puts it up, block, gets it back. Kicks it out to Antonio Daniels, who then kicks it to his airness, who then gives it back to Antonio Daniels. Generic player, so you know he's going to miss. Rebound. Oh, the Dikembe Mutombo with the offensive board. I don't think there's a chance that Philadelphia pulls this off. I think this is game over, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan puts up a three. And the Dikembe Mutombo with another board and another offensive board. With gameplay like this, with rebounding like that from the Dikembe Mutombo, and then you got MJ and Tracy McGrady on your team, I think the Bulls might have a chance at getting at least one more ring and then seeing what Michael Jordan might do after this season. Missed. Yeah, this game is over. I know it's 50. This game is over. It's almost, you know what? It's really like almost no reason for me to finish commentating. Mookie Blaylock to the goal, green bean lay-in. 111-100 Chicago Bulls. There's almost no reason for me to continue commentating, but I'm going to let it roll because we definitely got to check out the box score of this game, see who did what. I'm a little disappointed. Larry Hughes to the goal for a bucket. I'm a little disappointed that they took AI out. Like, why would you take Allen Iverson out when you still had a chance to be in this game? It's pretty disappointing, honestly. So we're just going to let these last few seconds roll out, and then we're going to check the box score at the end of the game. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to wait. We're just going to go ahead and jump straight to it. All right, so box score. AI had 21-5-8. 15 for Mashburn. I didn't even realize they had Mashburn. 14 for McKee. 11-9 for Nazi Muhammad. 11 for Larry Hughes. So this was a very team-oriented game versus the Chicago Bulls that Tracy McGrady had 42-5-5. With MJ with just 14 points and 9 assists. There's definitely a changing of the guard in Chicago. So Tracy McGrady is single-handedly leading this team. I don't know what the rest of the playoff stats look like, but Tracy McGrady is definitely leading this team to the promised land. So we have a dream finals matchup of the Chicago Bulls versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Tracy McGrady and Michael Jordan versus Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. Man, this is a matchup for the ages, the matchup of the century. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. You know what we're doing. We have to simcast every single game in this matchup. And we're going to do a lot of jumping in regardless if the game is close or not. Because we got to see this. This has to be in live action. Kobe Bryant versus Jordan. Tracy McGrady versus Shaq. Or vice versa, however you want to put it. So we jump out. First game. It's a close game. It's back and forth. This is really neck and neck. Bulls up 78-77. Okay, the Lakers retake the lead. Now the Lakers seem to be trying to pull away. They might have a little bit too much fun, because you know what, now that I think about it, that Bulls lineup, their bread and butter is in that starting five, but that bench, when I was looking at that roster, it didn't look too impressive. So you got the Los Angeles Lakers pulling it out 120-104 in game one. Game two, we got the Bulls jumping out to an early lead. Lakers push back. It's back and forth. Lakers come back to take the lead in the third. This is very similar to what happened in game one. So now the Lakers in the fourth quarter, just like in game one, are trying to pull away again. So they're currently up 114-100. And it's looking like they're going to finish this one off, because it seems like the Bulls just don't have an answer when the fourth quarter comes. And we're going to jump in with 38 seconds left. Nah, we're going to let it ride. That's too much time has passed. So the Lakers pull off game two, 126-116. Will the Bulls make any kind of threat going back home to Chicago? So again, we jump out, neck and neck. It's back and forth. Back and forth yet again. And yet again, in the second half, the Lakers start to pull away again. And that's what I'm saying about this lineup. The Bulls just didn't seem like they had enough outside of their starting lineup. So it's the fourth quarter, 7 minutes, 37 seconds left. Lakers up 105-98. We're taking this opportunity to go ahead and jump straight into this game and see how these last 7 minutes, 37 seconds play out. Daniels kicks it to Tracy McGrady, who seems to be double teamed. He must be going off again. Still, Vinny Del Negro. They kick it to Shaq, who kicks it to Van Horn, who gets it up to Kobe at the rim. What a finish. Kobe Bean Bryant, the legendary, the Black Mamba on Tracy McGrady. Tracy, you got to get your answer. You got to get your get back, Tracy. Tracy's bringing it up court. The leader of the Chicago Bulls now. He kicks out to a generic player. They kick it to Daniels, who then passes it back to Tracy. Drives around the Dikembe screen to the goal. 107-100. And Tracy McGrady currently has 35 points in 32 minutes, shooting 71% from the field. Del Negro sitting out at the top. He kicks it to Kobe. Kobe drives to the lane for the finish. Kobe is taking over. 29.6 assists a game, 15 in the NBA on the season. So McGrady's coming back up. So you had Kobe went the first time. McGrady came back and answered. Kobe finishes at the rim a second time. Will it be McGrady again? No, a miss. Dikembe with the offensive rebound. He misses the putback. Shaq gets the defensive board. Kicks it up to Negro. Handling at the top of the key. We got 6 minutes and 10 seconds left. Benny Del Negro then kicks it to Robert Horry, who's number 15 for some reason. I have no clue, but he finds Kobe, who pumps fakes on the wing. Guarded by Antonio Daniels. He misses. Rebound, Dikembe Mutombo. Kicks it up to Antonio Daniels coming up the court, who already has a ring with the San Antonio Spurs in real life. In the game, not so much. Tracy McGrady on the elbow, guarded by Vinny Del Negro. Should have took it to the goal if it was me. MJ just seems to be irrelevant right now. He has the ball. He has to pull. Misses. Rebound, Keith Van Horn. Coming up the court. He dishes it down to Kobe. And the bucket. 6 straight points for Kobe Bryant. Let's go. 40 points on the night. 14 in the paint. So now Tracy coming up the court, guarded by Kobe. Will he take it to the goal? Will he finish? He can't do. He passes it to MJ in the paint with the assist. 111-102 LA. 5 minutes to go in the game. Kobe's coming up. Kobe is fearless right now. He's on a mission to go to the goal every time. They finally decide they want to start double teaming. Passes it to Shaq, who then passes to Green Bean Vinny Del Negro. Who would have thought you'd be saying that in the same sentence? 4 points and 9 assists for Vinny Del Negro and a timeout for the Chicago Bulls.
Kobe Bryant really making a difference here.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to run him off his spots out there. He is rolling.
So Steve Nash is currently head coach in the Chicago Bulls. That's crazy. So right now, Kobe Bryant is the New Balance player of the game. He's just completely eating. 40 points, 14 points in the paint. We got T-Mac got 35 points in 32 minutes. Man, I wish we was watching this from the beginning, because that duel seems to be like they've been going neck and neck the whole entire game. So he got Dikembe inbound to generic player. He then kicks it to Tracy McGrady at the top of the elbow, who goes to the goal and gets it stolen as he's triple teamed by Shaq, Glenn Rice, and Kobe Bryant. Kobe with the alley to Robert Horry and the miss. Tracy coming back up court, but he can't seem to breathe as everybody continues to scramble towards him every time he touches it. MJ at the elbow misses. He just doesn't have it anymore. Glenn Rice kicks it down low to Shaq, who goes to the goal and slams it through. This game is getting out of hand. 115-102, and it's looking real for sure that the Bulls are going to go down 0-3 to the Los Angeles Lakers and be on the brink of elimination in the finals, which is something Michael Jordan has never done. Tracy to the goal, gets the bucket. 115-104, 37 points for Tracy McGrady, 40 for Kobe Bryant. Very efficient night for Tracy as he's 13 for 18. Kobe 16 for 29. Shaq gets the ball, forces to pick the ball up. Bulls get it off the steal. Antonio Daniels to Tracy McGrady, who goes to the rack and misses, guarded by Shaq and Kobe Bryant. Kobe pushing it up court, kicks out to Glenn Rice, guarded by Michael Jordan, who then kicks it out to Vinny Del Negro. Kobe to the goal, 42 points as he puts it in. Inbound to Tracy McGrady. Coming up court, 117-104 with 3 minutes, 15 seconds left. McGrady to the goal on both Shaq and Kobe. Let's go. 39 points for Tracy McGrady, 42 for Kobe. This is an epic duel right here. Throughout all of this, though it looks like the Bulls might get swept, this duel that's going on right now makes it all worth it. So Glenn Rice misses from 3. Antonio Daniels bringing it up court. Kicks it to Tracy. They know who to go to, and he's double teamed. Who then kicks it to Daniels, who slams it in. 117 to 108 with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left. Kobe bringing it up the court. It might be a little too late, too little too late for the Bulls. Kobe double teamed on the wing, kicks it down to Glenn Rice, who's guarded by MJ, who then double teamed for some reason. Why is Glenn Rice double teamed? And Tracy McGrady fouls him. Keith Van Horn making an appearance, which this can't be good because judging by his rating in the game at a 94, they're about to really get buckets right now. So you got the current lineup for the Lakers is Glenn Rice, who pulls the 3. Bang! Like I did that there. 120 to 108. Los Angeles Lakers, and they've made 8 more 3-point buckets than the Chicago Bulls. When you dropping threes like that, and more threes than the other team, you're bound to win. Shaq with the rebound, kicks it down to Kobe, who's driving, who passes it in to Glenn Rice. And this one looks like it's over, ladies and gentlemen. 122 to 108. Glenn Rice with 31 points. I see why they were double teaming him now. 31 points on 10 for 16 shooting. So Tracy McGrady has really just been a one-man army. He's being double teamed as we speak. Kick it down low. Dikembe Mutombo's wide open. There you go. He shouldn't have waited so long. 122-110, Los Angeles Lakers. At this point, I don't even know why they're getting up to press because y'all don't have a chance. Like, this is not real life. This is 2K. Once you're down like that in 2K, it's over. So Kobe being guarded heavily by Antonio Daniels at the top of the 3. He's dribbling. He drives past him, goes to the lane, and makes it with the difficult shot over the outstretched arms of Dikembe Mutombo. 44 points for Kobe Bryant currently. Tracy driving to the lane. He gets another bucket. And that's 41 for Tracy McGrady. This is an epic duel for the ages. Kobe pushing it up court. 124-112. Los Angeles Lakers over the Chicago Bulls. And this one's all but over, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn Rice drives around the screen, pulls up, misses. Shaq gets the rebound, and of course, up he goes. 126 to 112. And the Los Angeles Lakers will go up in the 2001 finals, 3-0 over the Chicago Bulls. And it's looking like a real possibility to Michael Jordan and Tracy McGrady, as the Bulls look as we speak, will be swept. Who knows? We'll see. Only time will tell. Antonio Daniels to the rack over Kobe Bryant with the miss. And at this point, I would say that we just gonna let it ride and then go back to the main menu. But I gotta check out these box scores just because of what Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant have done in this game. And Glenn Rice just cannot miss. He's unconscious. Another 3, 129 to 112, Los Angeles Lakers. Tracy dishes to Jordan, who's been quiet all game, at least since we've been watching. Mutombo kicks it back down to Jordan. Shaq comes for the double team, kicks it out to the generic player. Tracy driving to the rack on Vinny Del Negro. And that's it. And the Los Angeles Lakers win Game 3, 129 to 112 over the Chicago Bulls.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip. It's only
All right, so now it's time to check out this box score. Tracy McGrady with 41, 3, and 10. Jordan had 21 and 5. That generic player had 28 and 3. Dikembe Mutombo, although he was getting a few boards there, was quiet. Kobe with 44, 10, and 9. Crazy stat line. Glenn Rice, 34, 6, and 5. Shaq, 20, 11, and 3. Van Horn with another 19, 6, and 4. They just got too much firepower. It's definitely looked like a possible sweep. But will MJ go out like that? And even if he does or doesn't, is this it for him? Will he come back? I think he should come back because with Tracy, on the team. I think he could develop even greater than what he is. So the Bulls jump out to an early dominant lead. Can they push this to a game 6? They're blowing the Lakers out. This is crazy. This is like what happened with the Spurs in year 1 when the Spurs were down 3-0 and they pushed it to a game 6. The Lakers just completely demolished as Michael Jordan flashes off and scores 44 points. So the Bulls push it to a game 5. And so game 5, Lakers up 3-1 and they're dominating. It looks like everything the Bulls had, they had, and it's over with. This is just done. I thought about jumping in, but I'm not even gonna jump in for this. So the Lakers win the chip, back-to-back titles. How ironic this is playing out just as it played out in real life. The Lakers won in 2000 and they won in 2001. The Bulls lose. What will Michael Jordan do in the offseason? Will he stay another year and see the Bulls possibly develop that team? Tracy McGrady on the season averaged 32.4 points a game. Kobe Bryant averaged 31.9. KG 31.3. AI 30.6. Paul Pierce 29.3. Tim Duncan 27.9, and the list goes on. You see it. We got Hedo Turkoglu showing out for the Knicks, averaging 25 points a game. Nowitzki and Nash back-to-back 25 and 24.2. So, playoff leaders. Let's check out the playoff leaders. Kobe Bryant stepped up. Kobe Bryant and Tracy McGrady was at the top of the list for the playoffs. Vince Carter up there as well. This is a great simulation of the association right now. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm the one who's creating the content, so I know you have to be enjoying it. So I'm just curious to see what the landscape of the NBA looks like after this advance. All right, so the dynasty of the Lakers is created, and the dynasty of the Bulls has faded. But can Tracy McGrady help Michael Jordan resurrect the Bulls dynasty? Only time will tell. And we are about to see as we get ready to jump straight into the offseason. The 2002 offseason. Let's see what we're about to find out. All right, here we go. Jumping into the offseason player retirements. Karl Malone, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. After 15 years played, Michael Jordan retires at the age of 38. David Robinson, Scottie Pippen as well, Karl Malone, Reggie Miller, all of the GOATs going out in the same year. Man, well, that's unfortunate. I know when I initially started this was a whole what if Michael Jordan never retired in 98 theme, and it was supposed to track the landscape of the NBA up until he left. But with the way things are panning out, I'm thinking about doing multiple parts and continuing this to see how far we can get with this series. Exactly what else would happen. Will the Lakers continue their dominance and win another championship, winning 3 straight just like they did in real life? So I don't know how many years I'm gonna go along doing this. This is a little time consuming, especially when I got other content that I'm doing, but we gonna move forward with at least a couple more years. I wanna see where it presently stands when LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade arrive in the league. And at this point, I think if I'm not mistaken, Shaq is due up for a contract. So that's gonna be huge in itself. Like, will he return? Will he go to another team? What team will he go to? That will determine everything as if the Lakers will win another title. So we hitting up the draft lottery, see who has what. The Sonics are in there. Sonics have 2 lottery picks. Okay, the Pacers get the number 1 pick, Hawks with the 2nd pick, and the Jazz with the 3rd pick. So we're gonna go ahead and, again, like we do with everything, advance through. We're gonna advance to the draft, and then we're gonna advance through free agency and see where these these players ended up and what the landscape of the league looks like after the offseason of 2001. So draft summary: Shane Battier to the Pacers, Tony Parker to the Jazz, Gilbert Arenas to the Hornets, Richard Jefferson to the Rockets, Jason Richardson to the Pelicans, too many generic players for my taste. Yeah, they overpower these classes. Zach Randolph to the Nuggets. Yeah, this is too many computer-generated players. If these were my classes, they could never be my classes because I got to keep realistic players in every draft class, which you'll see in 2K23 when I start posting my draft classes, my realistic draft classes. So it's time to move forward. So Shaq is the top priority. Alonzo Mourning, Jason Kidd, Gary Payton, Paul Pierce, Dirk Nowitzki, Ray Allen, Antonio McDyess, Mike Bibby, Antoine Jameson. The free agent pool is heavy. Penny Hardaway, Skip to My Lou, Steven Jackson, Tony Kukoc, Vlade Divac. Oh my God, this is as much as I say I don't know when I'm gonna cut this league out, like when I'm gonna stop this whole little segment that I'm doing of the NBA in 1999 revisited. This is looking like it's gonna be pretty interesting the way it pans out. So I'm gonna have to let this roll for a few years and do a couple different parts. So the Bulls, oh my God, the Bulls signed Alonzo Mourning. So we got Tracy McGrady, who upgraded to 94 with Alonzo Mourning, who's a 94. Brian Scalabrine. Wow, we're gonna see exactly how far that team gets. So we got the Cavaliers with Lamar Odom. We got the Celtics. Paul Pierce went back to the Celtics. Ben Wallace, Antoine Walker, Larry Johnson. They still have their core. They're not letting their core go. That's solid to see. They might be making a trip back to the finals. Maybe they'll play the Lakers again. Maybe not. Matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, we need to go take a look at the Lakers to see if they retained Shaq or if Shaq went elsewhere. So at this present moment, Mike Bibby is still on the Grizzlies with Jeff Hornacek, joined by Jeff Hornacek and Sean Kemp. Tony Kukoc went to the Atlanta Hawks with Van Exel. Where's the Lakers? So the Knicks, Marcus Camby, PJ Brown, Allen Houston, Bobby Sura, Ito Turkoglu. Got a decent little unit. The Knicks put together a decent little unit. Let's see what the Lakers have. We got Kobe, Van Horn, Glenn Wright. Wait, where's Shaq? No, Shaq didn't come back? Wow. So Kobe has to man things down this early in his career. Can he win a championship this early in his career without Shaq? Wow. The Magic have Elton Brand, Chauncey Billups, Grant Hill, Matt Harpring, a declining Scottie Pippen. The Mavericks have Steve Nash, oh wow, even Dirk left. Dirk left the Mavericks this early? Oh wow. Shaq went to the Nets? This is nuts. So we got Shaq, Stephon Marbury, Kerry Kittles, LaFonso Ellis on the New Jersey Nets. This is madness. What a turn of events. This whole Shaquille O'Neal and Dirk Nowitzki leaving in free agency just shook up the whole landscape of the NBA in this rewind as we speak. Now I'm intrigued to see what really happens going forward. Will Kobe Bryant and the Lakers get a championship? Will they complete the three-peat? Or will somebody else in the Western Conference take over, as the Lakers have taken a shot and been weakened with the loss of Shaquille O'Neal? Will the Nets go to the NBA Finals now that they have Shaq to go with Stephon Marbury and Kerry Kittles? Only time will tell going forward. This is insane. Let's check out this draft class. We got Amari Stoudemire, Yao Ming, Jay Will. We got Drew Gooden, Caron Butler, Jared Jeffries. Yeah, This is gonna be interesting going forward, but man, I'm intrigued. That really just shook up the whole landscape of the NBA in the game as we speak. Now I must see what happens going forward. But you know what? We running out of time on this one because I don't want to draw it out too long. I want these segments to be a certain length. So stay tuned for the next episode of 1999 Rewind NBA 2K22 on Rio West Gaming. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Again, if you haven't already done so, please do like, subscribe, hit that notifications tab, and spread the word about your boy. We out of here.